Okay, so we've come to the penultimate fight here in my match between the Captain America family and the Batman family. So now we're actually down to the first of 3 encounters with Captain America and Batman. We're going to go regular Captain America, regular Batman, the movie versions, and then Ultimate Captain America versus Grant Morrison written Batman. Why did I pick? Morrison writes an entirely different Batman than everyone else. That's how come Morrison's Batman will go against Ultimate Captain America. This one, straight up regular one. So, as most people kind of realize by now, Bruce Wayne, multi-billionaire, parents killed in an alley, decides to essentially wage a one-man war on crime. Steve Rogers grew up in the era of World War II, lots of physical infirmities, wants to join the military, is not allowed to, gets signed up for a super soldier project, becomes essentially the only super soldier. Unless you count the Sentry, but that's convoluted and I could care less. So he becomes essentially the symbol of American patriotism and pride during World War II. He's then frozen and then comes back in a more modern era. So you've got a person who's fighting from the shadows to wage a one-man war on crime versus a person who, being a symbol of America, is normally one who's not really found in shadows. He's someone who has a lot in the way of conviction and stands for whatever he believes in, he believes to the nth degree. So you've got the epitome of what one man can do if one man were to sacrifice everything that he has to fulfill a promise that he made, versus a person who is the epitome of everything you can be when you become a specific symbol and an ideal. So you've got two people who have a very, very similar sort of mindset when it comes to what they do, and backgrounds that ironically mirror each other quite well. Batman's had sidekicks die and come back as villains. Captain America's had sidekicks die and then later come back as villains. But that could make this video like 20 minutes long, comparing and contrasting those two characters. So instead, let's get straight to the fight. As always, we've got 9 things. I got my chart here in front of me. First off, intelligence. I went back and forth on this one, because I'll be really honest. Captain America is a really good strategist and a fantastic tactician. Batman, same thing. Where Captain America is going to have a lot more straightforward, here are the big guys, let's take them out. Batman will probably have more of a, okay, here are the big guys, I probably can't get close enough to them, so I'll see if I can turn some of their underlings to get me closer. Once I get closer, then I'll defeat them. Or, I can't fight them all at one time, I need to have something, either use psychological warfare, draw one of them out, beat that one, then take on the rest of them. Versus a guy who, when Captain America's coming for you. Aside from walking in with a bullhorn screaming, hey, it's me, Captain America, you are well aware of when he is knocking on your door. With Batman, it's more of a, did you check all the windows? He's going to come in through a window and take us all out one by one, where Cap is probably going to walk right into it, but he's got a plan that's going to defeat all of you anyways. So, 2 different styles, both ridiculously effective. Batman is a lot better at the one-on-one level, where Captain America is, since he was in World War II, has a better idea of what to do on like a larger scale. So one is the macro view, one is the micro view. It still gets the exact same results. However, Batman is also a ridiculous gadget man and world-class detective. So the edge for intelligence goes to Batman. Fighting ability. Again, these two are so ridiculously close. I think about that, the scene in JLA versus Avengers, where they're standing and look at each other, and it's like one twist of an ankle. Other person responds in kind. One slight feint, one counter feint. Batman kind of goes, "Yeah, Steve, you could probably beat me. You probably could." So they are evenly matched in that aspect. However, Bruce has absolutely no problem fighting dirty. And I'm pretty sure after the fight goes on a little bit, he's going to realize, oh, this is assuming they have no prior knowledge of it. They're like, oh, he's very much like Clark. I can probably use the right amount of feint and psychological warfare to lure him in and to get a couple of cheap shots. To do some sort of slightly dirty fighting. Probably thinking, but Batman fights to win. Period. It's not about looking good, it's not about, Batman is about the victory. Captain America is about the victory, but still at the end of the day looking at himself in the mirror and going, okay, I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't fight dirty, I tried ridiculously hard to save the person I was fighting. Where Batman, he doesn't want you to die, and if he can save you, he will. He'll have some guilt, Cap will have more guilt. So the fact that Batman will have the ability to fight to go dirty sooner and probably better gives that to Batman. So currently we're 2-0. Strength. You know, Batman is as strong as you can get without enhancements. Captain America is enhanced. Super Soldier Serum, he is physically, he's essentially the bottom tier of metahuman versus the guy who is the top tier of human. But there's still a leap between those two. Speed. You know, Batman is fast. Captain America, borderlines on like superhuman speed. You know, these two guys are ridiculously close. Just that Super Soldier Serum is just a step above. Durability. Again, you've got two humans. However, one has enhanced healing factor. Won't tire as fast. So again, the serum is giving Cap all these advantages. And vulnerability. Cap normally wears, essentially kind of, depending on who's riding him, it's either a Kevlar weave, which is good for most small arms fire, as well as knives. And Batman wears essentially the top grade of military tactical battle armor. Maybe I think about Cap as the shield. Yeah, and I thought about throwing the shield into invulnerability. And I probably actually really easily could, because that shield is going to help him out fantastically in a fight. But the shield probably won't help him much against Batman. So I'm going to go with Batman in the vulnerability just because he has a better grade of armor than he naturally wears, as well as better protection for his head. Okay, energy projection. Batman has got a ton of gadgets and batarangs versus a guy who can throw a shield that can rebound off surfaces. So again, you're looking at distance. And while Batarang is really effective, as well as all those other throwing stars and whatnot, Other Man throws a shield with accuracy that is ridiculous. He could probably throw it, bounce it off 4 walls, and then probably clip Batman just barely enough. And the throw is designed to clip Batman just enough to get him disorientated. So that has to go to Captain America, just with the level of detail and skill he has with that shield. Nothing against the Batarangs. You know, Batarangs, bat throwing stars, and all that other material that he's got. Just that shield is so ridiculously well used by Cap. It has to go that way. Versatility. This again comes down to a guy with superhuman abilities and his shield versus a world-class detective who essentially walks around with a small arsenal of gadgets. Again, Bruce Wayne. So right now, Batman, fighting, intelligence, vulnerability, versatility. Versus strength, speed, durability, and energy projection. It comes down to that X factor. And ironically, the X factor ends up being, there's this thing in comics called the Cap factor. And this is that Cap has so little quit. And Cap is not afraid to die. Batman, same thing. He's not really afraid to die. He'd prefer not to. But at the end of the day, like when Batman fought Bane, he was so ridiculously tired, but he still fought Bane, got his back broken. I have to compare that against Captain America in the Infinity Gauntlet, where he stood toe-to-toe with Thanos after Thanos had obliterated half the Marvel Universe and every hero that was joined to defeat him. And he looked him dead in the face and was like, regardless of how well you think you were doing, as long as one person defies you, you have not won. Flip side, Batman has punked out Darkseid. Other side, when Onslaught, essentially was an energy beam, Captain America, the first person to go, you know what? We got to sacrifice ourselves to save everyone else. And jumped into it. Avengers Assemble, straightforward, into death. Batman has used a gun twice that I know of. One time he shot Darkseid. So Batman has killed Darkseid. With, oh, I can't use that. That's a Morrison one. So I guess Batman hasn't killed Darkseid, except when I get to the Morrison one. So I have to look at, fighting somebody when you're so tired that you know you're going to lose, just to see how well you can do and to try to stop him. And then losing against Bane, losing against Thanos, fighting Darkseid, sacrificing yourself against Onslaught. These guys have absolutely no quit in them. There is no quit at all in either one of these two guys. Disillusionments, yes, but there's absolutely no quit. This one comes down to, I have to give the last point, the X Factor point, to Captain America. Because when it comes right down to it, if Captain America has to die to save you, he is going to do it. If Captain America is the last person left standing, doesn't matter who he is taking on. It could be Ultron, it could be Magneto, it could be Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, it could be Doomsday, it could be Darkseid. Doesn't matter who he is up against. He's gonna look the person straight in the eye, deliver a speech that brings a tear to your eye and makes you go, man, that is ridiculous to look somebody in the eye. He's like, you know what? You've killed everyone I know and everyone I loved. And it does not matter. I'm going to defeat you. And if I don't defeat you, the next person will. If he doesn't defeat you, then the next person will. It is that never-ending symbol of, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that the spirit of the people are not broken. That's going to give Captain America the edge. No, this one, like most of them that are like, 5-4, what I'm talking is, if they fought 100 times, you're looking at Cap winning maybe 55 times and Batman winning 45 times. We're talking close. I'm not talking, oh, well, Cap's going to beat him 99 times 100. No, I'm talking, we're like 50 plus or minus versus, 49 plus or minus. We're talking ridiculously close. It's primarily because Batman has all of the mental attributes and Captain America has all the physical attributes, but it all comes down to that one thing. That everyone else goes to 10, I go to 11. Same speech as Superman gives. That's the same thing that Captain America could do. Regardless of who he's up against, regardless of what could happen if he loses, he's going to put all the chips on the table, lay everything on the line. To save the lives of other people, he crashed a bomb. Depending on what version you're reading, he's either crashed a plane, he's broken a bomb with his leg to save the lives of others, and essentially condemn himself to an icy grave. The things that Captain America has done are incredible. You think he was a regular, everyday person who was given the ability and used it to his full, to his absolute, complete, and total achievement that he could possibly do with it. Taking nothing away from Batman, Captain America just slightly edges him out.